Good morning and happy Tuesday. So, woo, we are on a great rule streak. I have been feeling good. Yesterday, profits were minimal on my eval because I took that NQ long on my practice account just to not break any rules. However, we had a great win. I felt good and signed out and looking to compound that today. So if we look at price, it's looking pretty bearish. However, I don't like to let a bias get into my mind, because I find when I have a bias, then I'm forcing that trade to happen. Instead, I find if we wait for market open, watch what liquidity is taken, then we have a much better bias for taking a good trade. So Bookmap is lining us up with some good levels on our charts. We have a data low wick on yes. I thought we might sweep that by the time I had written this, but it looks like we're kind of moving away from it. We have some orders on Bookmap here that are pushing us up. NQ swept it already, but there wasn't much that happened. So we have a 1 hour fair value gap here that we're rejecting out of. Pretty good. Oh, actually, it looks like we closed above it. There's no 4 hours. We had a 4 hour here. A tiny 4 hour here. But not on NQ. We have this one, but we closed below that. So if we look on our 15, the 15-minute is where where I mark my levels. So we have some really good liquidity. We have a Asia kill zone, a London high. We swept our London low pretty early. Yeah, we swept our London low, which gave us actually, no, I don't think we swept that. It's like to the tick. So I'm not quite sure about that level. It was swept on NQ for sure, which was here. So we swept it on NQ. Now it's a pre-market low. So whatever happens, we definitely have some good opportunities today. We also have some good levels on Bookmap that align with our charts. NQ has a really strong level right here. There's like 400 sitting orders there. So 118 orders is a pretty strong line. So that level will tell us a lot if we come down and take it and keep going, or if we take it to move higher. So we'll just keep our eye on that. And then in terms of other fair value gaps, we're rejecting here out of a 15. And that's about it. So just a couple minutes here until market open. Then we can really see. I was looking if we did sweep this pre-market and form an IFVG that I would go long. However, none of that has happened yet. This was not clean at all. We swept liquidity, we formed a hammer, we came down, formed another one, go up. We'll just have to see. So our volatility at 925, always coming in. We can always count on that. So then we can just take a look at this liquidity pool tier list. So taking a look at that, we can really see that our data wick is one of the best liquidities. So gratefully, we do have one today. So I'll likely be looking for a trade off that. Also, our pre-market highs and our pre-market lows have been pretty strong if we look overnight. So this was actually our pre-market low. Where is it? This was our pre-market low from last night. And as I open up my charts, oh, it's here. All of our levels really held. We came down, we took our London low from yesterday. We held it. Took our pre-market and held it. So that's where all of our liquidity rests. So even though we don't get to take those trades, it's really good to see how it plays out overnight and through the other sessions, because it just gives you conviction knowing that these do work out and that these are strong levels to base your trades off of. At least that's how I feel. So we have some orders coming in here. 2,200, about 80 orders. We had it at 150, but as we removed 150, the 200 came in, so doesn't really tell me much. And then if we look here, 6.8 is just above our news, is just the top of our news candle, and we have a pretty high volume node there. However, I'm not seeing much evidence of algo activity. Those lines look pretty close to the left. Okay, so now all our liquidity here is being lifted. Now we might want to come back for that data wick. We'll just see what happens at market open. About 2 more minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for the first 5 minutes. We're going to chart out our box. And then we're going to wait for the first 15 minutes, chart out our box, and then see what happens from there. Our opening ranges are really good for continuations. And just helps us solidify our trade ideas going into the session. Okay, so now we're taking this here. It's not a lot. And then we're printing orders below to push us above. And still nothing on NQ. Our heat map is pretty, not a lot of heat. Let's see if I can show you guys. There we go. There's our NQ. So as you can see, just here, 2,200. We had this 150, but now it's gone. It's literally gone the moment that gone, and then the orders moved up. So that tells us algo activity. And then you see that 2,200 level. It's actually 2,205 when you zoom in. Okay, market's opening. Let's see what liquidity we go for. Pre-market high, but we've kind of just
absorption NQ sellers.
bursting through all those levels lately. Oh, let's hit this on. So you can see our volume immediately is up 9 million. However, I'm not seeing much SMT between buyers and sellers right now. So NQ, check that 2100 level orders. We couldn't see it before on the 1 minute, but now we can. So because we held this level pretty strong, like look at that. It's our buyer's hold. ES2, ES kind of had more trend line liquidity, swept it, held it. And Q held it, then swept it. So, and we have a lot of SMT too. If we look on our higher time frames, the 15-minute, we can see that ES really came down to around here, where NQ still just hovering up. Their hold was just a little bit higher. So that's a pretty strong level where buyers and sellers are, well, where buyers are holding at the sellers. Although it does pretty much align. No, it doesn't. Anyway. So now we have a 1 minute fair value gap here. And here. Oops. You can see a lot of orders coming on the books, being removed, coming, being removed. One thing I did not check was our news. Just 8:30, okay. So as we came up, NQ formed liquidity at 30, and as we pushed down, then the liquidity was removed. So someone was trying
absorption NQ buyers
trying to push price up. So now we swept liquidity. We're waiting for this 1 minute fair value gap to be inversed. Once it's inversed, then I will take a short down to here. Actually, if it's on ES, I could take it down to that data wick. We do have VWAP here. However, Dodgy's not too big into VWAP. But since VWAP's there, I will size down. Because even though he doesn't believe in VWAP, I have seen VWAP. I have seen it create a lot of resistance. So I really don't want to be fighting that. NQ offers us better because if we close below, then we're already closing below. Oh, look at this. 60-70. 500 algo orders. And then look what it does to price as those orders are being printed. Oh, NQ has the same orders coming.
Absorption ES buyers. Absorption ES buyers.
Look, you see that? Crazy. No other time frame fair value gaps, not on NQ. Very tiny. Not formed yet. Oh, okay. Our first 5 minutes is formed. Let's mark out that high and low. Although we are seeing pretty big SMT between the two. And Q is gravitating more towards that. Those algo orders than ES's, and we haven't inversed it yet. So once these orders are lifted, then it's pretty good to go short. So right now it's just pulling us up. Price is being sucked towards that. So about another 15 seconds here until we get the inverse. Come on. Tap back in. And Q didn't inverse it yet. And because NVQ didn't inverse it yet, then I'm really looking for that tap back in. So let's see. Just a tiny 2 minute. I don't like the tiny ones. Perfect. Look, now we're going back for it. Come on, tap me in, tap me in. I almost sent an order when we were pushing down below VWAP. I got a little FOMO. Perfect. Now I'll sell here. So if we close above this, then I'll get out. I'm just sending one contract. So it might be a quick loss. We didn't close above.
Absorption ES sellers. Absorption ES sellers.
Guess we gotta wait for this candle to close. We never inversed it on NQ. About 30 seconds. Seconds. If we close above, I'm going to cancel. That would invalidate our IFEG. Looks like we are going to close above. All right. So let's calculate that. Take a note.
Sweep ES buyers. Sweep ES buyers. Absorption ES sellers. Absorption ES sellers.
take a look at our NQ. I don't think we had any higher time frame for value gaps. No, we didn't. So we can already see the SMT. ES is pulling higher, while NQ is still trying to inverse this 1 minute.
In Canada, we know a power play when we see one. Save on Energy's energy affordability program is a real game changer.
Well, so now we inversed it, but we kind of just went to our, going to our draw really fast. This would have been a short opportunity. I wasn't thinking of it though. Don't ask me why. We have one here that we inverse, but we didn't take any liquidity. Did we go into a higher time frame for value gap? Not that I can see. Let's check that one. Ooh, let's check the 1 hour. No. Okay, yeah, we are in a higher time frame for value gap. Alright, let's get in. We'll see if we can go down. Just one contract. Take it down to that data low.
Absorption NQ buyers.
Let's see who hits it first. The data lows on ES. ES isn't moving much though. A lot of orders right here. Okay, now our 15-minute range has been formed. Although it's very similar like yesterday to our 5-minute, which is good. So stop loss will close above here. So we have pretty good R to R target on this. We got a 1 to 2. Maybe this is the liquidity, the NQ sweeping. See what happens. So now we're tapping back into it. Let me do a mark on our 15-minute range on NQ. So look, we have a lot of SMT too, where that huge, there's a huge
Absorption NQ sellers.
difference.
Absorption NQ sellers.
We're having absorption of buyers and sellers, I can see on the NQ Bookmap. This might actually be the level here. Oh well. This actually might be the trade. Sweep liquidity. Inverse a 2-minute. Okay, we still got about 25 seconds on this. Wants that 7.5 level. So now I gotta wait for this candle. About 30 seconds. We broke the opening range, and now we're rejecting off this fair value gap.
Absorption NQ buyers.
I do not like going short at VWAP, even if my strategy tells me to. Okay, we'll see how this candle closes. If it closes below my entry, then I will add. However, I think it's gonna be a closeout trade. Still 30 seconds. Pretty choppy. Looking at the 5-minute. Ten seconds. It's weak price action. Damn that VWAP. I should add that into my rules. No trading against VWAP. It does not want to close below that. This actually would have been an ideal short on NQ. That's my other strategy. Break, displace, retest, send. I should have sent it on this one. That's okay. If I lose on both, then it's kind of a, we got a 1-to-1 here. This is algo. You can see that node. I got FOMO here when I sent the NQ because I missed this. Let's see. So here's our fair value gap that we're rejecting out of. Our fair value gap aligned with our 15-minute opening range. Uh-oh, these are running away from me now. Alright, I'm going to flatten this one. Now I gotta wait for the candle. Oh my god. Alright, well this one is 5 seconds. Alright, I gotta close that. So I'm not too worried. We came up to just above that. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna wait. So we can delete out our, actually we never closed above. So I'm not gonna remove my pre-market high. Gonna hold it on NQ2. Just so we can see our liquidity level. So now let's wait and see what happens at the 7.5 level. So I did break a rule. Hi, baby Odie. So you could say NQ swept here. We formed an inverse fair value gap. No, Otis. There's a huge wick there. So I feel like this level is very strong. Just the way we're not taking it. So So dream scenario right now, we come up, we take 7.5, we sweep that London high, and then we either break and retest or we form an IFVG. So we swept liquidity. We're back at that VWAP.
Sweep NQ buyers.
Thank you, Margaret. So we still have SMT, high, higher high, lower high. Okay, well this is no good. And I will delete this now. Just keep our charts clean. So we talk about this a lot, where we don't really form any fair value gaps at open, which kind of signals choppy price action. Come on, do something. Perfect.
Absorption NQ sellers.
All you have to do is ask.
Sweep ES buyers. Absorption ES sellers. Sweep ES buyers. Absorption ES sellers.
Price is just so rangy. So we took the pre-market high, we went down, we swept these lows, we went up for that London high. ES didn't really sweep anything. We took this high pre-market, but as it came down, it really just fizzled out around VWAP, I guess. That's a reversal pattern. It's a sign of a reversal. I've sent so many trades this morning. I don't want to take another silly risk that doesn't have an entry model. All right, I'm gonna go in. Send 2. Screenshot this. So what's my plan here? I'm close above this, and then I'll be done for the day if I lose this one. Oh, the orders are coming back on NQ. 100. 100 level. So let's just see. Sometimes it acts as a magnet. Other times those orders act as a deterrent, a push away. But it looks like we are moving towards them. Just give it a minute. 50 seconds on this candle. As you can see, I got wrecked on this candle. Like, oh, we're not gonna close above here. We'll wait. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll sell one contract here, and I'll hold the other contract for that data low. And if we don't want the data low this time, then I don't know when we're gonna take it. So what I can do, I can put this here. This is my stop. Oh, I've been seeing that Austin and Lawrence and a couple other people, they take notes and they put notes on their charts. Oh, I have the option. Wow. All right. We'll save that for tomorrow. So now we took this London. Oh, I think my Bookmap on NQ froze. 0412. It froze about 50 seconds ago. What can we do? What can we do? Let's exit it. Join stage again. Sad face, it didn't work. All right, now we gotta pull up. Now we gotta pull up. All right, not really too interested in losing any more on this one. Because look, now we're forming trend line. So this might not even go down. Because we have this trend line here. Something like this. One touch, two touch. So let me just take a quick look. Now we got an ad. Okay, it's coming back up for that 100 level again. Fizzling out. But that does not signal short to me. That signals long. So I might have waited too long to get out. Damn. Kind of just too busy messing with my my technology here. Okay, let's see if I can get this so I can fucking see it. Come on, you cocksucker, show it to me. Ugh. Alright, well that was a good close. Although that little volatility spike. Well, it seems to be frozen on. Oh, okay, no, it's not frozen. There we go. Okay, we're taking that. Just give it a second.
Absorption NQ sellers. Absorption NQ sellers.
Just give a quick look. Oh, yeah, those wicks are really holding. Let's see who pushes in after this. Buy, sell volume, both falling. So after we taken that, I'm just seeing green bubbles. Alright, I guess the move was from here to here. I was holding out for a little more. But now I am down a little more. Hasn't come to my stop yet. Damn. It's coming for 60-80.
Alex TWB said. Alex TWB remember said. The price action. Remember if the price action on X is not US for your trade setups working. Check out GC or CL even YM.
This is a fresh candle and we got 35 seconds on here. We're still holding our structure. think this will be loss number 4, so I did break my rules twice. We traded in Q, and then we took 2 losses, and alright, I'm gonna have to cut this. This is not going my way. Oh. Alright. We tried. 173, not too bad.
Meet Charlie. He's a natural. Picking and trimming the
That's not working
tastiest
in the
and
grocery
localest
store
for your
anymore.
summer picnicking and
live
nibbling
in
needs.
Canada, you know what I
Charlie,
mean.
for always keeping it fresh. You're a
Alright.
Metro Summer MVP.
So, bears are toast. Bears are toast. Now I don't know what to think. Okay, so we went for that 60-80 level. My short wasn't too bad. I had profits there. I had more losses that I didn't want to take my profits. So that kind of happens to me a lot. Let's see what we do here at the opening range. I'm not really looking to trade this eval anymore. Oh, I fucked it up hardcore. I'm not really worried about it though. Just have to start a new one next month. Yeah, in about 15 days. Look at all this. So buyers absorbing all this, sellers absorbing up here. I didn't notice that before. This tells us a lot. That would have been good to notice before. All right, well, not too bad day today. Thank you for joining me. Oh, and I'll be back tomorrow. Enjoy your Tuesday. Bye.